Yep, the chat stopped working.
Yeah,
every time.
Every
Hello,
damn
everybody.
time.
Bear with us as I fix the chat, which breaks between the time that we preview the stream and the time that we're actually streaming for some reason.
It's working.
You sure could.
We can see the little green bar, which is different than when it was not working. So I have reasonable confidence.
Come on, one more. Blip, blip. Yay, chat. All right, chat's up.
Chat's up. Mike's picking up.
It's like our signature. Every stream we're fixing the chat.
Part of the
Hello, everybody. Kyle's finishing up his ramen. I'll do a little bit of our intro spiel. So, for some of you, it may appear like we were off last week. That is not true. We actually streamed for a good 2.5 hours, but we didn't realize that our microphone was not working. It looks to be working right now. So there's actually a secret episode 3 that you can probably find if you dig through the Twitch archive if you go looking for it. But I did not upload to YouTube, and it's too bad because it was kind of a fun stream.
Really exciting.
We both got a little salty, and there was that going on. There's some crazy turnarounds. I played my new deck that had been modified, all in absolute silence. That probably wouldn't have meant anything to anyone.
Yep, it sure is true.
Hey, Chris is here. Hi, Chris. We do live. Just a moment. I'm going to relocate something, a window that's in front of our chat, so that I don't miss any.
Wouldn't want to miss any. What is that window again?
That's the camera control.
Excellent.
So
Well,
Kyle's just finishing up some dinner.
this will literally
got a little
take
bit of a late start
only
today.
5 hours.
But have you pre-selected decks again? Is that what's sitting over there?
I'm not. I would actually like to mix things up because if we just roll my decks, sometimes we're a little lacking on seeing your decks. So perhaps we can play 2 of your A's off each other.
We're going to play my decks against each other on stream. Wow. Okay. Well, we can do that.
And this is also an excuse for me to conclude my ramen while you roll us random
Oh,
decks.
yes. That's good. Good point. I can do that right now. Let me get us some life dice first off. Here, I have some life dice. Set those up at your leisure. I also have some life dice. I appreciate this, Kyle, because I have more A decks than Kyle does. So my A decks will not get in the rotation quite as quickly. That is also true for S decks. I'm not really sure if I'm going to play Kyle's S decks, though. I kind of like playing my decks.
That is true.
Although after last week, part of the salt concluded with the fact that Kyle, at least last week, really hates one of my S decks.
That's true.
I hope he'll still let me play it, because I don't have many, and it's a fun and interesting deck.
That's true.
It's fun to watch, especially. So this is going to be your deck. You're going to play deck number 9. I will get that for you.
Excellent.
Oh, that is a deck that has come up already. How recently? I'll count the other way.
It's all right. Don't mind my chair.
I'm not exactly sure what this deck is, but I don't think it's come up recently. So that's your deck.
Excellent. I get the deck, but I don't know what it is.
My S decks are hateful, Chris says. Only 2 of them. One of them's kind of pretty mediocre.
That's fair.
And they're not as bad as Kyle's many, many awful S decks.
Well, my S decks are awful, but they aren't stasis. It's all in the stasis.
Okay. So this is my deck. I'll do the deck number 8. That's a nice, easy grab here.
I should look at this deck so I know what I'm trying to do, because I don't know. Am I playing this deck?
Oh no. Oh no. Well, we might not be playing too many games tonight, folks.
Uh-oh.
He said ominously.
Boy, you weren't kidding. All right, I do know what deck this is, so I will play it.
Cool. That's a good thing to do with that deck.
Well, it's better than if I didn't know what it was and I was going to play it.
So, the downside of doing something like this is Kyle doesn't know my decks as well as I do, so he might not play them as well as I can.
That is a risk.
But again, these are all friendly games, so maybe that doesn't matter.
Yes, stasis is mean. It's like blue and magic. It's true. That's very true. Control. Control is probably the universal term for stasis. Or I suppose it's not true. Stasis is a part of control, because control could imply stealing enemy creatures in Magic terms as well. Alrighty. There is a degree of surrealness to having Chris join us through the digital means, because I look over to the computer thinking fondly of it as Chris, even though the reality is I should be looking at the camera up there fondly as though it were Chris.
Don't do that. That's super creepy.
It's fine. It's part of my avant-garde charm. Alright, I think I've shuffled that deck enough.
Red. What could red be? He did. He did stick his head under the camera.
Yep, it's all part of my master plan.
Oh, I ain't going first.
Oh boy. I should have seen if you had a particular card in this deck.
Yeah,
I'm familiar with the
maybe.
deck.
Oh, no, that's going to be a problem. I might have to keep this, and it's not a good start.
I'm going to go odds. We're going to see how that works. I'm going to keep this hand. How peculiar. How peculiar.
I did keep.
No, I went odds.
Odds.
And I have Apex.
Interesting.
When Apex comes into play, you may search your deck for an equipment card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. I'm going to choose to do that.
Yes. As you should. This is an interesting matchup. This might go a little bit in my favor.
I think I'm going to search for a force field belt. Is there another equipment in here? Or is this...
Might. I think that's the only one. There might be a jet of some sort.
I will look for said jet.
But you want the force field belt.
I probably. There is a V-wing. The V-wing is not bad, but it is probably the belt that I want. I'll get the belt. Force field belt. I have a force field belt, everyone.
Chris says you're using control incorrectly. I'm paraphrasing. The term control.
Ah, yes. That is fair. Alright.
Well, the other thing you missed from last week is I had just received my Fangamer tutorial from the game Undertale plush. I showed that off on the stream a little bit. That was fun. In absolute silence, of course, because of our issues. Today I also have something I can show off. Not nearly as fun. I went to see Ghostbusters at the office today.
Oh, they gave you a pin. Look at that.
I got a pin. Yay, it's Ghostbusters pin. Movie's kind of mediocre. Not terrible, not great. If the trailers didn't make you think you'd like it, you probably won't like it.
Yep. Yep. So anyway, now that's interesting. When he enters play, I may search for an equipment card, reveal it, and put it into your hand from your deck. Theoretically, I could just equip Force Field Belt right now.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
I could do it. It's transferable.
And it also gives you 1 defense.
I'm going to do that.
And a cool ability.
Cool. I have 1 defense. So Force Field Belt has transferable. It also has equipped character gets +1 defense, and I can pay up to 2 resource points to put 1/1 counters on the equipped character for each point I paid. Use only once per turn. Transferable means that during the formation step, when I'm moving my characters around in different positions, I can move that equipment to a different character.
I'm not sure if Kyle was paying attention, but I just realized after playing with my Ghostbusters pin, I was holding my hand backwards, facing it towards Kyle. I don't think he noticed, though.
I didn't. That's pretty great. I wish I had. It would have been far more amusing had I.
I'm going to recruit Spoiler. Spoiler is a 1/1 Gotham Knights character. Her power is, whenever you draw a card, you may gain 1 endurance. I probably will.
I'm going to attack Spoiler.
Well, I'm going to take 1.
Yes!
And then I'm going to gain 2, because I'm about to draw 2 cards.
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting.
Yep, it sure is. Boy, it sure is. Oh, we're going to keep an eye on you, Chris. Don't worry.
We never mind you, Chris. You're our only viewer.
It is your initiative.
Yeah, about that. I think I'm not going to recruit anyone. Excellent. Excellent. Although, Apex can do breakthrough, he said ominously.
That's true. That is true. It is to you first.
I will pass.
I'm going to attack you for 3.
Oh dear, I'm going to take 3 and then gain 2.
God damn it. Alright, I've got you down to 50. What?
What a strange draw.
Boy, you are not kidding. You're not kidding.
At least I get to see what you're gonna do.
Well, that's true. That's true. I have Lamprey. Lamprey says if he would cause breakthrough while attacking a character, instead he gets a 1/1 counter. Oh, yes, I am going to also move the force field belt to Lamprey, which remember also includes +1 defense built in. Apex, of course, keeps his counters, as being a terrifying and threatening 3/3.
Oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Passing makes a lot of sense in this context.
Alright, I'll pass.
Now I am faced with a peculiar choice in light of that passing. I could attack you with Lamprey and gain a counter, and then attack you dealing you 3 damage with Apex. Or I could attack you with Apex and deal some breakthrough, and then attack you directly with Lamprey, which would deal you a lot more damage.
That's true, but you wouldn't get a counter.
But I would not get a counter. I do enjoy counters.
Who doesn't?
Boy, that's a big difference in damage. The difference between damage would be 4 and 8. Well, I'm not getting character advantage yet, so I think I'm going to go for the counter. I'm going to attack.
Okay. So I will take 1 since Lamprey can't deal breakthrough.
Yeah. And he gets a counter, and then I'm going to attack you for, assuming you pass.
I will pass.
I'm going to attack you for 3 more.
Okay, so I go to 46, but then I gain 2.
Yeah. That is a true thing.
Well, that's a useful thing. Now I need just one more useful thing. I'll be recruiting Catwoman.
That sure is Catwoman.
Sure is. Catwoman is a 6/7, and Catwoman's power is whenever Catwoman causes breakthrough to an opponent, you draw a card, and that opponent discards a card from his hand.
How rude. How exceptionally rude. I must contemplate this a bit. Do you have a choice about how I can do this? I am going to recruit Inertia. Inertia's power is to discard a card. The controller of target character moves it to a different position. I can only use this power once per turn, and I'm going to spend my remaining resource point to give Lamprey a counter.
Cowards have an interesting draw.
That is so.
I think he formed specifically to reinforce. Lamprey has flight. Lamprey's going to get a counter, though. I will attack Apex.
Yes, that is reasonable. I'm going to reinforce. I will take a damage. I've taken a damage. This is unthinkable.
Likewise.
You've reduced my lead to 1 from 2. I'm going to attack Spoiler.
Okay. I will take 1.
I'll get a counter.
And I will gain 2 endurance.
That's true. That is true. And you get that 2 endurance because your character recovers and then you draw 2 cards.
Oh, that was a good card to draw just now.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess it is my initiative. That's good. I'm going to recruit Redstone from my resource row. If a character says reservist, which Redstone does, then you can recruit them from your resource row and then put a card in the resource row in replacement of that character, which I just did. So Redstone says if he would cause breakthrough while attacking a character, instead the character's controller loses 6 endurance. And I am going to form, probably like this. That seems fine.
Can you reread the wording on Lamprey for me, please?
Yes, Lamprey says if Lamprey would cause breakthrough while attacking a character, instead put a 1/1 counter on Lamprey.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to recruit Killer Croc. Killer Croc is a 7/10 who came up in a previous game, but his power, for a reminder, is whenever Killer Croc attacks a character, Killer Croc gets plus X attack, where X is the cost of that character.
That is a thing.
Also going to play from my resource row, Paralyzing Kiss. Play Paralyzing Kiss only if you control 5 or less resources. Why? It just so happens that I do.
Just so happy.
Attackers can cause no breakthrough while attacking an Arkham Inmates character this turn.
Interesting. Well, that's moderately disappointing. That is going to severely reduce my ability to do all the cool things that I was planning to do.
Yay!
So what's my plan B? It's shaking things up here. Well, I guess I'm going to team attack Killer Croc.
That's probably a good thing to do.
Yeah, he's a big threatening dude, and I don't like him. So.
Could you read me Inertia again? I'm sorry to continue.
Yeah, sure. Inertia's power is that I must discard a card, and if I do, the controller of target character moves it to a different position. Use this power, and only once per turn.
That was mostly English.
Yeah. There's a few extra syllables in there, but you know how I do.
That will work.
Sweet.
Just for the sake of clarity, I'm going to do this now.
Yeah.
Even though I can technically wait. I'm going to team up.
Oh, yeah.
World of Finest is a team up that does nothing. It's just a team up. It's the very first team up that was in the DC sets, actually.
And you have teamed up.
So I've teamed up Arkham Inmates and Gotham Knights,
Yeah.
so Paralyzing Kiss affects all of my characters this turn.
Yep, that's good. That's smart.
And then I'm going to deal the damage to Apex.
I thought you might. So Apex is done. I'm going to take a damage. Yeah, that happened. Then I'm going to discard a card and target Inertia. Move her to a different position.
Clever. Well, I got the card out of your
You
hand.
did, and that matters. But take that.
Inertia can cause breakthrough.
Inertia can cause break. Well, actually, that's not true. None of my characters cause breakthrough because of Paralyzing Kiss.
That's true.
So this.
Were
turn.
she able to cause breakthrough?
Yes.
She could cause breakthrough.
Yes, that is correct. Your logic is 100% sound.
Neat. Given that particular set of events,
That's reasonable.
what I'm going to do
Yeah.
is pass.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Good plan. Well, I'm going to enact Operation Predictable and just swing at Catwoman with Redstone. He's big.
I'm going to go ahead and exhaust Catwoman, and I'm doing that to play Bat Signal.
What?
As an additional cost to play Bat Signal, exhaust a Gotham Knights character you control. Search your deck for a Gotham Knights character card, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Shuffle your deck.
My word.
The character I'm going to go get is...
Is that spoiler?
No.
How about spoiler?
No.
Was I right about it being spoiler?
No. It's Dick Grayson.
Dick
I think
Grayson's
we've also
spoiler.
No, he's not spoiler.
Oh.
He is a Robin, though.
Oh. Well, there you go. And Robin's a spoiler.
This
Spoiler's
one's
a
not.
Robin. There you go.
Spoiler was a Robin.
Robin was
Dick
a spoiler.
Grayson was a Robin.
Yeah.
But neither of these are Robins. That's interesting.
All right.
Dick
so
Grayson goes into my hand, and then Catwoman will be stunned, and I will take 4.
Sweet. I wish it were a lot more damage, which would be were I able to deal breakthrough. But I will settle, because I'm going to stun a bunch of your characters. I'm going to assume you pass with spoiler, is that correct?
I am going to pass with spoiler.
All right. Well, I am going to attack with inertia for 5.
I'll take 1 for that.
Yeah, Paralyzing Kiss saved you a lot of damage that turn, but I did successfully stun a lot of your dudes.
I will be losing spoiler, even though she's super useful.
I don't know why I'm removing those counters from Apex. Do I want to keep Apex around, or is he starting to be a liability? Apex. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep him around. Even though I only had 1 stun character, I could have chosen not to recover Apex, in which case he would be stunned. Oh, there's a happy sound. So I'm going to draw my cards. It's fun. Fun times. Alright, it is your initiative now.
Yeah, yep.
That's pretty cool.
I'll be recruiting Dick Grayson.
Mm-hmm. What?
Unexpected, I know.
How highly improbable.
Let me do this properly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be recruiting Dick Grayson yet.
Mm.
I'm actually going to be playing Paralyzing Kiss.
Oh, yeah.
Then I'm going to be playing a resource.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to be recruiting Dick Grayson.
Well, yup, boy, you're keeping Lamprey from doing the thing I want Lamprey to do, and that makes me sad. Makes me very sad. I'm going to recruit Hyperion.
Oh, I should read Dick Grayson.
Yeah, you should.
Even though he did come up before as well. Whenever Dick Grayson stuns a character, draw a card. He also has the power of discard a card. Gotham Knights characters... I'm sorry. Discard a Gotham Knights character card from your hand. Target defender has reinforcement this attack.
Yeah.
Hyperion's big and can cause a breakthrough. Can cause a breakthrough?
Yeah, well, yeah. So does Paralyzing Kiss stop all breakthrough, or just breakthrough against a certain cost of characters?
Breakthrough against Gotham Knights... I'm sorry, Arkham Inmates characters.
I see, which in this case is everyone.
It is true.
As you are teamed up.
But I can only play it if I control 5 or fewer resources, which I no longer do.
Right. So
that is the last... Let's see of that.
Yeah. Yep. So I guess I'm going to form something along... I want to do this. I'll do this, maybe. Yeah, I like that. We'll do that. Now that I am formed and satisfied with it, do I want to move Force Field Belt? That's an interesting question. I don't know that I do. That is strange. I do want to move Force Field Belt.
Clever girl.
Oh, you. Alright, now I'm formed. Yes, yes.
Characters adjacent to Hyperion...
Oh yeah, I should read the character I recruited. So I recruited Hyperion. He's a leader, which means he affects characters adjacent to him. Characters adjacent to Hyperion have the Squadron Supreme affiliation. Characters adjacent to Hyperion cannot be stunned while attacking a character with reinforcement.
Excellent. I don't have reinforcement, technically.
That is true. Oh, does it not? It just prevents breakthrough?
I'm not reinforced. You cannot deal breakthrough.
That is disappointing.
Dick Grayson's power is reinforcement.
You should reinforce your characters by discarding cards so that I'm not stunned.
Nah.
Aw. Well, alright. I got stuff all the same. My dudes. Look at them. There they go.
Gosh.
That's great.
So, the risky play
Yeah.
would be to attack a redstone with Dick Grayson, but it would take a lot of attack off the table. The potential for you to use Hyperion's ability.
Yeah, that's true.
The reason it's risky is because I only beat your defense by 1.
That is also true.
And as I recall, they have a bunch of attack pumps that they can play on defense, but not... I think only 1 card. So might have multiple. So slightly less risky play is to attack Lamprey. Well, he's the same attack as Redstone, so it's not
much
that
much lower defense
risky.
though. Much lower defense.
Given that, I think I must attack Redstone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack Redstone, Dick Grayson.
That's a reasonable conclusion. Alright, that'll work.
Excellent.
So you get to draw a card.
I do. I draw a card.
And I take a breakthrough and 5 for the stun. So it's 6 damage.
Ha.
It was a good swing.
Yes.
You done bopped me. Done bopped me. How do I do this? I don't.
You don't do it?
Maybe I don't do it. So you have reinforcement.
No.
You have prevention of breakthrough.
Yes.
I don't precisely know if it is more valuable. Well, I mean, if I attack with, for example, Lamprey and Inertia, I can get either of your characters probably, but you would be able to stun one. Well, can you get Lamprey? You can actually get Lamprey because I moved Force Field Belt. Interesting.
What are you doing?
Nothing, it's fine.
You're weird.
I'm gonna attack Killer Croc, and I'm gonna flip Project Utopia. Choose a Squadron Supreme character you control. Whenever the chosen character stuns a defender, that defender's controller loses 4 endurance. However, when the chosen character causes breakthrough, KO it. Oh, that's interesting. Hyperion can actually do
risky.
breakthrough.
Yes, that's
I'm
true.
gonna not play that card that I seemed like I was gonna play, because that was a trick. I suppose I could play it on somebody else. Ugh. Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna attack Croc.
Okay.
Also, I may or may not have a Project Utopia. You can't be sure.
Oh, it's a costly play for this deck, but it might be the right play at this exact moment. Oh, it's costly.
I don't like costly plays that might be worth doing because that
I'm
means
going
I
to play
might be sad.
Break You from my resource row
What?
and discard 3 cards
3 cards
for +6 attack.
for +6 attack. That's a lot of attack. Oh my. Boy, that's a thing that you did. Oh, man. So that makes your attack 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna work.
Excellent.
That's a good,
Excellent. It was a
good
costly
hit.
play.
Yeah.
Sets me back quite a bit.
Yeah.
I haven't been doing the thing I need to do. So.
Well, you're doing all right otherwise. Right. Well, I'm going to pass and have to accept certain losses, which is quite unfortunate.
Chris is asking about breakthrough. No, I played Paralyzing Chris this turn. Paralyzing Chris?
Paralyzing
No, I played
Chris.
Paralyzing
Oh, boy.
Kiss this turn, so Kyle cannot deal breakthrough. This is the last turn.
And yes, to answer Chris's question, I cannot deal breakthrough this turn because Ian played a Paralyzing Kiss at the start of the turn, which did prevent that.
Which is that not what I just said?
What's that? Chris was asking,
Right?
and I passed.
Yes, but I just answered Chris, and then you just answered Chris. That was really weird and awkward.
Oh, I might have been reading what Chris wrote as you were answering what Chris wrote. That's entirely possible. Nonetheless...
On the other hand, Kyle can't do breakthrough because I played a Paralyzing Kiss at the beginning.
Yes, and for anybody who wasn't paying attention, Ian played a Paralyzing Kiss
Lordy.
that turn, at the start of the turn, thus preventing me from dealing breakthrough on that turn.
Excellent. I'm going to stack up my Paralyzing Kisses, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, by all means, stack away.
For my stuff. My stuff.
Ah, must've. My initiative.
It is your initiative.
I do things. I do the things. Yep. I do the things. Do them. I'm gonna do things.
I dare you to do things.
You dare me to do things. You thing-doing darer. Right. What is the best option? I have a choice. And
Yeah, he could have played the card, Chris, but he doesn't want to play it because on subsequent turns he will have a hard time preventing Hyperion from dealing breakthrough. So it was safe to do it that turn, but Hyperion's a big breakthrough guy in that deck. Don't want to give that up.
so here's what I'm doing. I have recruited Power Princess and put 2 counters on Hyperion with my remaining points. Power Princess says if Power Princess would cause breakthrough while attacking a character, instead, a character of my choice gets +3/+3 this turn.
Kyle is missing his drops, which I am grateful for.
Yep, it's all part of my plan. I wouldn't worry you none about it. I'm also going to move the Force Field Belt back to Lamprey during my formation step.
Yes. Okay, that's valid. Yes. Gotcha.
It's all kinds of valid. Watch out, that was valid.
I'm going to be recruiting Batman.
Yep.
This is what this deck is building up to, although I didn't do the build up very good this game. Especially for that play I made last turn.
Yeah.
What did I put here? I might want to put something different here. I think I do. Pardon me while I adjust my resource. And then I recruit Batman. Batman has loyalty, which means I can't recruit him if I don't control a Gotham Knights character. Fortunately, I do.
True.
He's just a 7/7, a 7/7/7 drop. Isn't that terrifying?
I'm afraid.
His power is Batman gets +X attack and +X defense, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Right now that is 5, so he's a mere 12/12.
Yeah.
However, he also has another power. Exhaust a Gotham Knights character you control, draw a card.
Well, how about them apples? So after you've done all of that, I'm also going to recruit Peace in Our Time. Play Peace in Our Time only during the build phase and only if you control a Squadron Supreme character. At the start of the recovery phase,
Slow me down a little bit.
each player who controls 1 or more characters that caused breakthrough this turn discards a card. It's very, very important in keeping Batman less himself. So...
Chris, that card is ongoing. That's why he didn't want to continue to do it.
Yes, it is an ongoing one. I'm going to try and find a time to play it, and it'll be great when it happens.
So I discard if I deal breakthrough, and so do you.
That is true. So I think...
Right now, my cards are much more valuable to me than yours are to me.
that is also true.
Because my cards are how powerful Batman is.
So I think I'm going to team attack. Grayson gets extra power when he stuns a defender, right?
Grayson draws me a card if he stuns anyone.
If he stuns anyone.
Yes.
Well, that's annoying. Alright, I guess that means I have to attack Grayson with Hyperion.
Cool. While I think about what I'm going to do about that, can you actually scroll down our text a little bit? Chris got to the bottom of our window. That never happens.
Right.
So what do I do with you?
Oh, clicking on the chat window made things get crazy.
Well, that's okay.
Where's the scroll bar? Is it invisible?
It's further right.
Well,
Scroll in the window. There you go.
Over here?
Yeah.
Why are there 2 scroll bars?
Yeah, it's in your head. There you go. Now we can see the rest of Chris's chat.
There we go.
We already answered that question, but we got it.
Yes, and you already responded to that thing about the...
I'm going to exhaust Dick Grayson and draw a card. Is one thing I'm going to do.
Yes.
That is from Batman's power.
Yes.
These cards I'm drawing are interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Your defense is 14.
That's true.
Man.
Do you want to make Batman tiny by any chance?
I might.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I anticipated.
I'm going to flip another break you. This time I'm only going to discard 2 cards though for +4 attack.
2 cards for +4 attack. So your net gain is some number. So what are your stats?
I am a 16-12.
A 16-12. Right. The numbers you have are 16 and 12. I guess I deal a lot of breakthrough. Be earning my discarded card. Yep. I'll take 6.
And I will take, your attack was 14. 15?
15.
I think it's 15. Alright, so I will take 9 from that.
Well, at least Batman is smaller. I guess that's something.
And I will draw a card.
Oh, that's true. Man, Grayson's so good. But you discarded 2 and you flipped it from your resource rest, so I guess he's down to
I
an
lost
11-11.
1, yeah, so.
Yeah, that's something. That 1 could matter. You don't know.
Interesting. If you have the block twist, you can get Killer Croc with either Lamprey or Power Princess. Just Lamprey. Jeez. I'm gonna attack Power Princess with Killer Croc.
Alrighty. So you get +4 attack. Your attack is 11.
Yep.
That is a fair sum. I will take 4 breakthrough and 4 for the stun.
I'm not stunned, but I will discard a card during the recovery phase.
Actually, I don't like that you're not stunned. I'm going to try playing a thing, and we'll see what happens. Target the Squadron Supreme character you control gets +3 attack this turn if it causes breakthrough stuff. I summarized the tail end of that card because I'm getting stunned, so I'm probably not dealing breakthrough.
Oh my gosh. Why? I'm going to exhaust Batman to play Bat Signal for
What?
my hand.
Oh my god.
I'm doing this deck wrong.
Oh my word.
To search for, I got the Knight's character. I search for Killer Croc.
Killer Croc.
I power up.
Oh man. Oh man.
Batman's so tiny.
I do have another Eldritch Power, and I will burn it because the
I am
stun has
glad
become
I
important.
am glad I made you
Yep.
play them both.
Yep. Oh,
Woof. Alright, well,
this
that'll
is
work.
a bloody turn for sure. And I take what? How much? So I take 5 breakthrough now and 4 for the stun. So that's whew. That's a painful thing. I took 9 because you got an additional 1 attack from the power up.
Yes. Okay. That's
20.
what you're on about.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah. What is Batman?
Batman's an 11/11.
Boy, I sure wish I had an Eldritch Power. That'd be cool. Yep. An 11. I'm gonna team attack him.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
I will try to steal Lamprey. I will try to stun Lamprey.
You may stun him, you may not steal him. I will take 3.
I will take 7.
Bring me at 18.
I don't know if this is going to work. I am also at 18. That's entertaining.
Yes. Well, I'm done doing shit.
Yep. So each of us discards a card.
Did I deal breakthrough? I guess I
sure did. So did I.
I guess I'm gonna lose Haywire. Alright, that hurts you more than it does me.
Kind of. I will, of course, be recovering Batman.
Just for kicks, I should have done this turn, but we'll do it during the recovery phase now to target Lamprey. So in the future, should Lamprey stun anyone, you will take an additional bit of damage.
Well, that might be the difference maker. I am now stacking up my break use as we are going to turn 8. An oft unreached turn.
Yep, that is true. Alright, well, it is your initiative. I'm going to stack my Eldritch Powers over here.
Cool. I will be recruiting Superman. I can only recruit Superman if I control Batman.
That makes me sad.
While Superman's ready, he can't be stunned.
That's sad. Well, I gave it a good fight.
I don't know that you're out.
Yeah. I mean, you can effectively stalemate. We're now in a state where I cannot win. You can draw. Or you can win or draw.
I don't think you can't win.
You just pass every turn.
Yes, that leaves you able to stun Batman.
I will stun Batman, you will lose him, just have Superman, and I can never win.
But I can never win either.
That's true. My point is...
That sounds like a bad plan.
Yep,
I would not be doing that.
This is a rare stalemate scenario. So I have done that forming business. That was great. And of course, we're giving 2 counters to Lamprey. How many cards in your hand?
There are now 3. 3 cards in my hand. That is not very many cards.
Well, that is a true tale.
I have to attack Apex.
With Batman. Yep. I, of course, will reinforce Apex and take
This is a silly
1
end to this game.
damage.
I still don't know who's got it, also.
Oh, God. This is dreadful.
I mean, I'm going to take 11 with this attack.
I mean, Hyperion's got to hit Batman. I think that
I'm not going to take 11.
I think that's the right play.
Is that better?
I think that is the right play.
Your team attack is slightly more potent.
Is that true? I
I
guess
believe
that's
when Lamprey
true.
stuns a defender, it does more damage than the
That's
victory.
true, but then I will lose an important character this turn, and you will not. Because right now, Hyperion is not getting stunned, but if Lamprey joins in, he will be stunned.
Sure. Alright. So, folks at home, Chris. You didn't see that. I made a gesture to Kyle.
There was a gesture.
The question is, Lamprey, by himself, is a 10-9. He's 10-10. Is Superman sufficiently bigger than Lamprey that I can exhaust him to draw a card, thus risking his unstunnability? Or I guess I can swing through with Superman and, like, win.
If you can win, you got to deal me 18.
That's not difficult. It is not.
Oh, I guess with inertia.
I can swing through inertia,
She's the only one you can deal that kind of damage through.
but I can deal 20 through her on the table, it looks like. Unmodified.
Yeah.
So that is what I must do.
Yep. Seems reasonable.
So I accept.
Yep.
I take 7. I go to 11. And then Superman attacks inertia.
Yeah. Do you have a power-up?
I don't think that's enough. Is it?
You will... Oh, I'm not at 20. I'm at 18. Yep. I guess you can't do anything about that. Oh, well. That was cool. I am at -1.
Well, I won that game, but I don't feel very fulfilled because my deck didn't really do what it was supposed to.
Well, neither did mine.
All right, we're off to a great start tonight. Glad you tuned in.
Oh, Superman.
Oh, Superman. Superman is very difficult to play, sir. You can't be grumpy about him.
That's true. Well, I mean, it just sucks because I feel like it was a weird game. I mean, you clearly weren't doing what you wanted to do, but I also was not doing anything I wanted to do. I just had my characters. I was making every decision. It was so hard, and I was sitting with those 2 Eldritch powers for so long, and the only hope I had was I was falling behind in characters. I didn't have a 7-drop, and you had a 7-drop. And granted, a weak one, but he helped you bring out Superman, which is the point. And so it just felt like a lot of work for running up against the wall, which is thematically sound, but...
Hey, man, I made some very, very, very
You
damaging
made some very
decisions
good plays.
to the way my deck is supposed to play.
Yep.
Which I don't know if you could follow at home, but the idea is I'm supposed to be drawing cards like crazy, and when I bring Superman out, he's already quite large. And not only was I not drawing very many cards that game, I also threw out 5 of them.
Yep. It's interesting, the 2 times that you break-you'd, I was 1 away from stopping it, and it was like I had enough to cover 1 of the distance because I was sitting on a power-up, and I didn't have 2.
Well, playing against my deck, I also know that they have no means of granting defense on defense, so I was calculating for precisely 1 power-up in both cases.
That is so.
Defense on defense is very hard.
It's true, it's uncommon. It was so interesting, though, how many times you were out of range of 1 Eldritch power. Like...
That I wasn't really aware of.
Yeah, and the final one, I mean, you have to assume I have 1 of them.
I always did, yeah.
But you can't assume I have... Like, it's not reasonable to assume that I have 2, so I'm sitting on 2 this whole time waiting for this great surprise, and then it just ended up being... I really only wanted to use the 1. That whole turn fell apart. I probably shouldn't have gotten suckered into using the 1 in the Croc situation, because that cost me way more than you. The only stat mod I ever drew was that, and then the one that reduces your defense by 2, but then I can't play any other plot twists.
That's a killer play, though.
It is if I can get ahead of you in stats, which I can only do with Eldritch Power. Because yours, oddly, even though your Batman was weak, my stats were always behind him, except Hyperion.
You underdropped a couple of times, too.
I underdropped on 7 and then couldn't do anything on it.
And they don't have a high end. They're meant to kind of top out at 6. I'm not even sure if there's a 7-drop in there.
There is. I saw it when I was glancing through the deck. They have the reinforcement stripper. It's the 7-drop that says adjacent characters, when they're attacking, the opponent can't deal or can't reinforce. She's like a 14-17.
Don't remember.
Yep.
I believe you.
Yep, he's in there. It's a good deck.
Bear with me and entertain our streamers for a moment. I'm going to fill my water.
That is acceptable.
What tier of deck are you playing?
So I'm actually going to play, if you do not object, I'd like to play another A deck because I realized that the A deck that I got out last week did not see play.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. We are not beholden to any sort of tier of play.
Sure.
We're just kind of doing our thing.
That is our thing. I actually quite enjoyed that game up until up until Superman. I'm like, well, now it's either we draw or you win, and I need to have enough board position that I can force you into the position.
Give me a little preview of the salt he had last week.
Well, there wasn't any stasis, so it won't get that bad. Stasis is rough until the point of stasis. But when you go to 8 and then something happens, it can be disappointing. But it's not the same as stasis. Because we were both not doing our things, and so we both had to do kind of weird creative stuff, and that was fun.
That's true. All these guys have seen play too recently.
I probably could have played the I mean, this is it not being my deck. I could have played the dealing you extra damage thing earlier than I did, and I should have. And I don't really know why I held on to it.
Yeah, it's not good for Hyperion. Maybe you did not know that.
I may have
really
misread
great
it,
for,
like Redstone.
Redstone, yeah, that's the ideal play there.
I kept waiting for...
Hey, I like these guys.
Yeah, I think what ended up happening is that the big error is I wanted Lamprey to get some more counters, and I was kind of banking on that, and then you stalled 2 turns worth of counters on him with the Toxic Kiss, or a Paralyzing Kiss, rather. And so I very much kept thinking that, oh, okay, maybe, next turn I'll use it. And the reality is, I think the part I had read wrong was it's not like their powers. I had thought it was when you would deal breakthrough, instead you deal 4 more, which is because I remember it working with Redstone, so I thought it was that. But it's when you get a stun, so it even could have worked on a couple of my team attacks.
Yeah.
And it is possible that would have, I don't know if it would have made the difference or not, but it certainly would have been closer on that last turn, and the final turn would have been a little more interesting for me. But I did misplay that, I think. And then when I realized I could stun, I'm like, oh, I can just do it with Hyperion. And I'm like, oh, but on subsequent turns that would kill Hyperion.
Yeah, Hyperion is your first chance really in that deck to deal breakthrough. And that's kind of how they work, is they play with the no breakthrough powers and annoy and get good board position from that. And then they overwhelm with their high end.
I will say I felt very proud of myself for moving my own character with the movement to...
that was clever. I didn't even consider it.
Alrighty. Spap. 5 was my roll.
Let's see, who's left? I think I am up against the... What are those guys called?
They go by many names. Yeah.
Marvel Knights.
Yeah.
That's who
Ooh, you do get dibs.
These guys go odds.
I will mulligan.
I also must mulligan. Marvel Knights is my proclamation.
It has been proclamated. What did you odds or evens? Did you
I went odds.
Oh, well, what do you say about turn 1?
I'm going to play this resource, and I'm going to recruit Thuggy.
Oh, no, it's Thuggy.
Thuggy. Would you like to sing Thuggy's theme song?
It's Thuggy, the League of Assassin character we all know.
Yep, that's Thuggy's theme song.
Yep.
Thuggy is an army character of the League of Assassins, as Kyle sang just moments ago.
Yeah.
With range. His power is whenever Thuggy attacks, target player loses 1 endurance.
Well, I don't have any.
I'm going to attack you.
I take 2 damage. Actually, I take 1 damage and lose 1 endurance.
That's true. That is true. This draw is not ideal.
I hear that. I do hear that. So now it is my initiative, and I don't have a 2-drop.
Oh my, that's pretty bad.
Well, now, I didn't expect me to miss 2 drops. And I've mulliganed to my opening hand without having 1 or 2 drop as well.
I'll be recruiting Qasim.
Qasim
is a 2/2 whose power is activate. Target League of Assassins attacker gets +1 attack. This attack for each location you control.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
I will team attack you for...
Oh, I will pass.
After you pass, I will team attack you for 3.
Oh, yes. Well, I'll take 3, and then I will lose 1 endurance. Yep.
What are we doing here?
Well, it is now your turn with the initiative.
My turn.
Your turn. And your turn.
I'm not a turn.
You might be.
I'm going to recruit Bronze Tiger.
Boy, it's Bronze Tiger.
Bronze Tiger is a 2/2, 2-drop, I underdropped, whose power is Bronze Tiger gets +2/+2 for each stunned League of Assassins character I control.
Boy, that's gonna suck. I do have a 3-drop, so that's something. I have Stick. Stick has pay 1 endurance. Target Marvel Knights character you control can be the target of plot twists you control, as though it had all team affiliations this turn. Allows me to use any plot twist I want to target stick. This is especially useful in decks where I can steal my opponent's plot twists, which this one cannot do.
I've never seen such an ability. So
You never will again.
what I'm going to do then is I'm a pro tip.
Yep.
I'm
Alright.
going to team attack stick
Yeah.
with Bronze Tiger and Thuggy. That's an attack of 3, but I will reveal that I control a Lazarus Pit. Lazarus Pit is a location.
Yeah.
Locution.
Yeah.
A location
Yeah.
that is not unique, which is rare and special for locations. Its abilities are KO Lazarus Pit, recover target stunned League of Assassins character you control. Actually, it says League of Assassins character, so technically I could recover one of yours.
Oh, that's good to know.
It also has activate, target stunned League of Assassins character you control cannot be KO'd this turn. And then I will reveal that I have 2 more of those.
What?
And then I will activate Hasim
Oh my
to
god.
boost Thuggy's attack by 3.
What's depressing about that is that basically negated the thing my deck does. Now I can't do it anymore. So this will be a radically different game.
It's true. That's true.
Alright, well.
That's weird. Usually I don't get 3 of
So
them.
what the hell just happened? You're tagging like 90 dudes?
I'm team attacking with 2 dudes for
3.
6 attack.
But yeah, it's 3 plus the addition. So I'll deal the damage to Bronze Tiger.
Okay.
And then I will be
Alright.
stunned.
Yeah, this might be a little bit of a bad matchup.
Well,
that's weird.
It's mediocre, but with 3 of those,
Yeah,
it gets
it's-
exceptionally
it's-
bad. So we'll see. Alright, so I recover stick.
This is a night of me wailing on Kyle and feeling a little bad about it.
Yeah. It's alright. Alright, so I'm playing a different game now. The game of numbers. Boy, that is special. Well, it is my initiative. I guess that's something. It's also terrible. I guess I'm gonna recruit. What am I gonna recruit? I'm gonna recruit Yelena Belova. She cannot team attack. Whenever she would stun an exhausted defender, it is KO'd unless your opponent has 3 Lazarus Pits. I'm paraphrasing the card slightly. Does Lazarus Pits also
no, it would
prevent...
not it would not protect them from her. I will reread Lazarus Pits.
Alright,
again.
yeah.
Target stunned League of Assassins character cannot be KO'd this turn.
And now that would work.
Yeah.
The stun happens, the KO effect goes on the chain, because it's not instead, it's when she stuns, then they are KO'd. So she would stun them,
Oh, they would be stunned.
the KO goes
I
on, and
see.
you can interrupt it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
It's alright. That's
Alright, well, what I'm
alright.
going to do is I'm going to flip Mountain Stronghold. Mountain Stronghold is not unique. When Mountain Stronghold is flipped face up, search your deck for a League of Assassins character card, reveal it and put it in your hand, shuffle your deck, discard a League of Assassins character card from your hand.
So this is one of
Search
those
my deck
I
for Merlin.
really... Oh my god. Boy, this is
This
tragic.
is looking like it might be a wash here.
Yep. Alright, well, I'll go another turn or two and see if I can make things exciting, but this is a... It could be a staggering, crushing blowout. You should read Merlin.
I will. I haven't recruited him
Oh,
yet.
okay, yes, that's fair.
I'm going to recruit Merlin.
What the hell?
Merlin is cosmic. Merlin's cosmic ability is... This guy is the villain from Season 1 of Arrow.
Ah, yes,
That's
fun
not his
trivia.
cosmic ability,
Yeah,
though.
fun.
Activate. KO target character if its cost is less than the number of locations you control. Use this power only during your attack step. And I'm going to form like this.
That's pretty good. Well, yep. That's the thing you did. I'm attack Thuggy.
Yep. Yep, you sure are.
Sure
I'm
am.
gonna just take it. That's 5.
5 damage. Ah, yes,
For
first
30.
blood.
Well, we had a good run, Merlin. I will KO stick,
Goodbye, stick. You're great.
and then I will attack you directly for 8.
Yep. I'll take 8. We get 33. Naturally, I am going to attack Merlin. And I'm going to flip up Punisher's Armory, which I can pay 3 endurance to ready, and I may activate to give a Marvel Knights attacker +1 attack this attack. Thus making my attack 7.
Sure. I'm sorry. I neglected to discard my card.
Ah, yes, that is
For
important.
Mountain Stronghold.
Yeah, Mountain Stronghold
Bane.
requires a discard. We always forget that.
Yeah, that'll work. I will take 4.
I will also take 4, putting me at 29.
I will activate a Lazarus Pit to prevent Thuggy from being KO'd this turn.
Yep.
And then I will recover Merlin.
Yep. And ready your Lazarus Pit. Well, yep. Oh, and it's your initiative. Oh my god.
I will recruit Bane.
How does what does he do again? If I don't stun him, he does something.
Bane's power is he's a 9/9, and at the start of the recovery phase, I may KO target stunned character. He also has a boost, which I did not pay.
Right. So, just a side note, if we imagine back in time to when Yelena Belova attacked Merlin last turn, Ian forgot to mention it, but he activated a Lazarus Pit to prevent Merlin from being instantly KO'd.
Sure,
I
I did that too.
I only bring this up because if he did not have 3 Lazarus Pits,
I only
that
needed
would not have
2.
happened. That's true. That's true. That's a fair point. Acknowledged. Right. Okay. Well. Yep. Yep. Do you want to play this out? I've lost soundly.
You can concede. if
Yeah,
you like.
I don't even have a 5. Well, I have a hidden 5 drop, but that's going to be...
ooh,
I'm going to take, like...
ooh.
Actually, let's play it out, because I think you'll kill me this turn. I recruit Elektra. She's hidden and does really cool stuff when she's attacking. She has 0 attack. When Elektra is attacking, she cannot be the target of non-ongoing plot twists your opponent has. In addition, she gets +X attack, where X is the defense of the defender.
I mean, I only win this turn if you attack.
And I get stunned.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. I will team attack you
Mm-hmm.
directly for
Yeah.
18, 22, 20, 26.
Right. So I'm down to 3. I think I still actually attack Bronze Tiger.
Okay. 0-8, and she's exactly his
I'm
defense.
exactly your defense.
Which does not really do anything for me. Okay, so he will be stunned. I will take
Yep,
2.
Yep. And then, if you pass,
I will pass.
I'm going to attack Hasim.
Hasim.
6.
Let's see. So he would be KO'd. Let me count up my Lazarus
Yep,
pits here.
yep.
I must use a Lazarus piss.
A Lazarus Piss. Yep.
I must use a
kinda
Lazarus pit
yellowish.
to save him.
Yep.
If I do, I only have 2 left. Which I can. Oh, but he's protected by it for the turn. All right,
That's
guess
correct,
I-
yeah.
so
I'll also give myself 1 attack, by the way.
Lazarus pit. Yeah, sure. So I will take
7, I believe.
7.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Mhm.
7. I'll take 7. I'll go to 32. This Lazarus pit will protect him.
Yeah.
This Lazarus pit will protect him. And I will recover Bronze Tiger.
Right. And as a reminder, the way the recovery phase works is you select a character to be recovered, and then the rest are automatically KO'd. By using Lazarus Pit, he can prevent those KOs, but he can't recover all of his characters. He can only prevent the KO, which is why 2 of his characters start the turn stunned. Alright, now it's my initiative. I'm going to turn it around. Here we go. Turning it around. See how close I can make this appear to be.
It appear to be very close.
That is true. I'm going to recruit Luke Cage. Luke Cage has the team affiliations of each other character I control. Which in this case is Marvel Knights. Also, he has the Marvel Knights affiliation. And he's kind of big.
He's a big dude.
He's a big dude. He's cool.
I'm going to recruit our old buddy Russell.
Russell
Gould.
Oh, man. Couldn't catch a break. Couldn't catch it.
Well, your dude's bigger than my dude.
That's true. But not enough to not get stunned.
Yeah. Russell's power is when Russell comes into play. KO any number of resources you control. For each resource you KO this way, put the top card of your deck face down into your resource row. I will KO 2 resources.
Yeah.
Do I want to do that? I'm only going to KO 1.
Fancy.
And, oh, it's a Mountain Stronghold power. I neglected to read. It looked like flavor text. I'm sorry.
That's
Mountain
all right.
Stronghold has an additional power, which is characters named Russell you control have reinforced. Characters named Russell.
Yeah.
And...
How doth thou form?
Like that, I think.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Well, I guess Electra's going to attack Russell. Is that the way I want to do it?
It's lethal.
No. Luke Cage is going to attack Bane. That's what we're going to do. And currently as printed as a 14-12. So I continue my exciting attempt to make this game look closer than it is.
Trying to think if I need to do this. I might. It's some insurance. I will exhaust Bane to play the Demon's Head. As an additional cost, exhaust a League of Assassins character you control. If the Demon's Head is in your resource row, KO it. If you do, search your deck for a location card, reveal it, and put it face down into your resource row. Shuffle your deck.
That is a useful thing to have.
And the location card I will get will probably be...
Flying Fortress.
Flying Fortress.
Yeah.
I'll just eyeball my other locations and make sure it's the best choice. It probably is.
It probably is. And none of them are Flying Fortress.
Well, circumstantially, this one's pretty good. Let me read it. That might be the thing to do. It's a dick move. It's a dick move. It's going to be Pit of Madness.
Oh boy.
I go get Pit of
That's
Madness.
a very good card.
I will read Pit of Madness in a moment. Let me shuffle briefly. I can read it while I shuffle. Pit of Madness says activate. Target Leads of Assassin's Defender you control gets +2 attack this attack for each stunned character you control. Or target League of Assassins Defender you control gets +2 defense this attack for each League of Assassins character you control who is stunned.
Well, I thought I was going to make it look close. Guess not.
So I'm gonna boost my attack by 4.
Yep. I am stunned and will take 6, putting me at -3. Do you reinforce?
Nope.
Sweet.
But I will take
10.
10.
Yeah.
10 from that. So I got a 22.
Yep.
My team attack you for. I don't know why I left Bronze Tiger back there. That was kind of silly given the situation. My team attack for 19.
I am at -21. So, for my remaining staggering plays of fun and excitement, I will attack Rachel Ghoul
Well,
for 12.
I will take 6.
Sweet. He's automatically reinforced, right?
Yes. Could you boost your attack some?
Probably. You don't know.
Maybe.
Don't want to spoil the
Yeah,
fun of this deck.
yeah.
I take 5 and I'm at -26. That was a net gain of 1 for me. And attack Merlin and increase my attack by 1.
That will continue to work.
Yep.
But that's not a net gain.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
But it's a tie.
Sure.
Puts me at an even -30 also.
Okay, there you go.
Now, I'd like to point out, if you had actually not stunned using Pit of Madness,
I'm going to KO all my Lazarus Pits to recover some characters just because Cal's playing silly too.
Yep,
Yeah. We'll recover Roz, Bane, and Puggy.
there you go. But yeah, if you hadn't actually stunned, counter-stunned with Pit of Madness, the game would have actually looked kind of close.
Yeah.
Because you would have had
I'm
to
pretty
attack.
low. I'm pretty low.
Well, like, you would have had to stun him and would have dealt me 6 damage instead of 19.
Sure.
That's the first thing that would have happened.
Yes.
And you would have been counter-stunned, so you would have taken an additional 6. So you would have been at 6, and I would have been at 13 more than that. And then I would have plowed through your remaining characters, and it actually would have been like, I would have lost, but I would have gotten it probably within 10 to 15. But instead it was 42, because you got that counter-stun with that. So yeah, that was not a good game. But there's nowhere to go but up.
All right. So what's next? Now we're gonna play for real.
Yeah.
That was all warm up.
Yeah, we're gonna play some versus now. I had enough supporting cards. I thought I might have had a chance if you could miss one drop, but then you didn't, and that was unfortunate.
Sure.
You made every drop except for 3, but you underdropped with a character who's able to boost your other character's attack based on your perfect location count. So it was not much of an underdrop.
Yeah, that location setup was crazy.
Yep, that was nuts. Had you missed a drop, I might have had a shot. But you didn't. They're alright at filling that out. If you make the early drops, you only need a Mountain Stronghold to fill in one gap, and it's not.
Well, I missed my protector. Ubu, the 3-drop.
That is true.
Who is quite critical. Ubu keeps me Merlin's counter.
That is also true.
Slightly longer. I suppose in this circumstance it probably would have gone down about the same.
That is also true.
Could not protect his counter this time.
Well, that'll show you. Ha ha. Got rid of that Merlin counter.
She did.
Got rid of that.
I only killed one character with him. I think we have at this point then seen nearly all of my A's.
Well, we're going to switch to double A's. Out of all my decks, there are very few decks that that don't go through the rotation frequently, but I actually think it's been a little while since this deck has seen play.
I am concerned about what I just did to my decks. Hang on a second. I think I shoved a green deck in the middle of another green deck.
Oh.
And that would be bad. Let's see if this is resolvable.
Well, it may be
Yeah,
something best resolved later.
I sure caused some trouble just then. I think I got it in front of the other deck.
Mostly. I'm sure mostly.
I'm gonna do a quick once over because I think it's fixable quickly.
All right.
Just bear with me.
I'm going to shuffle this deck dramatically on camera.
Oh man, that's some good shuffling.
Look at this. This is so great. Chris will observe how I cleverly keep my cards faced, a habit that he and I have had for a very long time, and Ian finally got when he started slaving his cards and understood why.
You see that, but I'm also facing these cards that I just played with because
they were not faced?
They were not faced.
Well, it turns out I just lied.
My clever plan to get caught a lie on stream has come to fruition.
At long last.
Yep, it's easily fixed. And is fixed, and I will be rejoining momentarily.
Tried the one-handed cut. These sleeves are a little sticky for the one-handed cut, unfortunately. Not like sticky, they're just worn. They've got more friction than you really want for a good, dramatic one-handed cut. Let's try that again.
Alright, who are you? Oh boy.
Let's see if I can do it with the whole deck. This is going to go poorly here. My hands are big, but they're not that big.
Well, I think you've got a win coming up. We'll see.
Yeah, what's the point? Can't do a one-handed cut with that many cards. Not with the sleeves on them. It's just too much. Alright, so there we go. Alright, well this deck has got to be pretty well shuffled by now, I imagine.
You may have unshuffled it some.
It's at least a possibility.
Sorry for the delay.
No worries. No worries. Everyone was entertained by my staggering
It was pretty entertaining.
shuffling. Yeah.
I could hear the cheers from here.
Yup. It may have been the sound of my shuffling, but that's okay. That can sound like cheers sometimes.
Right. I'm kind of shuffled too.
Today's stream was brought to you by Advil.
What are you
Fantastic substance used to relieve headaches. Get Advil at your local CVS or Walgreens pharmacy. We should roll to see who does what win.
I suppose.
I rolled an even number.
I rolled an odd number. What does that mean?
It means your number was bigger than mine. Because
I don't think so.
That's always true with odds and evens.
These guys want to go evens, I think. I think these are evens, guys. I have a very middling hand, and it's frustrating.
You went evens?
What do you think, Chris? That's pretty good.
Chris can give you feedback. I'm going to grab
That might
myself
get
a
me to
beverage.
this sooner. That's not so useful. That's useful. I'm going to keep. It's going to be a disaster.
Alright, you're going to keep the disaster. I accept your term.
Chris thinks you're a sellout.
That's only true if they start paying me.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Alright, so I am going to get myself some juice and also not play a one drop.
Oh, really? Really?
So I rolled.
Alright. I'm going to play Corin.
Corin?
Yeah. Corin has activate. I'm very sorry, Kyle. This might be a wash for you tonight. Corin has activate target attacker with a version deep 6 gets plus X attack this attack, where X is the number of face down resources you control. Corin also has the version deep 6, and he's a 1/1. And he'll attack you for 1.
I will take a point of damage and also return to the table.
I don't think I've done the thing I'm about to do before.
You haven't done the thing yet.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm going to, instead of setting my life to 50 from 30, where it was last game, and just to remind everyone that was negative 30, I'm setting it to 49 because it's just dealt a point of damage.
Ready.
Next turn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Next turn. Now it's your initiative.
Okay. With that initiative, I would like to recruit Jafar. Jafar is a 2/2, and his power is exhaust 2 characters you control with the version Deep 6. Gain 1 resource point. Spend this point only to recruit characters with the version Deep 6. Use this power only during the recruit step. Jafar is a 2/2 with the version Deep 6.
True story. True story. I have the Atlantean Warriors. The Atlantean warriors are concealed. I can recruit them from my KO'd pile while I control the Submariner. Whenever they enter a KO'd pile from play, however, they are removed from the game.
Whenever they... Oh, okay.
It's fine. It makes sense, and also is completely irrelevant.
I heard that backwards. I heard whenever they... Like you said, you can recruit them from the KO'd pile, and then I heard, like, when you do, they are removed from the game, and that made no sense.
Yep. Yep.
So, Jafar is going to attack you, and I'm going to boost his attack by X, where X is the number of face-down resources I control, which is 2.
That is correct. So I take 4. Yeah, that'll work. I guess it's still in my favor to attack you. My attack is 3, so I'm going to attack for 3.
I'm going to take 3.
I take another 2, but it's a net gain of 1. Well, it's now my initiative. I am going to recruit the Seekers. The Seekers have, when they enter play, I rally for a card with negative zone, or the negative zone symbol, and its name, affiliation, or game text. As a reminder, rally is to reveal the top card of my deck, and if it meets the conditions mentioned, it goes into my hand. This actually does say, this is a plot twist called Swarm of Annihilus, and it does say have the words negative zone in the body text, so that actually counts. That's very random.
Cool.
Sweet. All right. Sweet. So that was the sweetest. Yep.
I'm going to exhaust Jafar.
Yep.
Corin.
What?
To gain a resource point, which I will use to recruit Turok. Trock.
It's Trock, everybody.
Trock is a 6/6 who gets +1 attack for each face-down resource my opponent controls. Trock also has a Beta Club.
Aw, that makes him hurt a lot. You should read Beta Club.
I should read Beta Club.
You should read Beta Club.
Beta Club says, equip only to a Darkseid's elite character. Whenever equipped, Darkseid's... Yeah, I did the thing. Chris is excited too. Whenever equipped Darkseid... I'm sorry. Whenever equipped character stuns a defender, that character's controller loses endurance equal to that character's cost. I actually got my 4-drop out
stuns
of turn
a defender. Boy, that is rough business.
It just does double stun.
Merely double stun. While attacking.
While attacking.
Yeah, I'm going to team attack him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. No, I'm not, because they're Atlantis. Aw, that was sad. I'm going to attack Jafar.
Okay. That will work.
Yeah.
Darn tootin'. I don't know if it's the first time. I can't remember specifically doing it. It's certainly extremely rare. It may well be the first time I've done it. So Jafar will be stunned. Yeah. I will take 5 for that.
Yeah.
That kind of stinks.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to attack the Seekers with Trock for 9.
Yeah, that seems like
I'm also going to reveal Total Anarchy. Ongoing, whenever a character with a cost of 3 or less becomes stunned, KO that character.
That's very useful in this context. Well, that's going to work. So I take 8 damage, plus an additional 3 for double stun, which is 11 damage, plus my character is KO'd.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to attack your 1-drop with my 2-drop.
That'll work. I'm going to take 2, and he'll be KO'd.
KO, there you go. Right back at you. And you took 3 from that?
3?
Yeah.
No, I took 2.
Yeah, you
I
should
will
take
take
3.
3, yes.
All right. Okay. That was something.
Weirdly, my 2-drop made it through.
You are not at 29.
You're right.
You're probably at 39. As much as I wish you were at 29.
I'm going to dump him.
Yeah, he's a liability
at
this point, yeah. Right. So was that was my initiative, huh? Was that my initiative?
Yes.
Sure was my initiative.
It was your initiative.
Yes. So now I get to see what you do before I do things.
Yeah. It's not ideal, actually.
I hear that.
I made a farce of my resource row.
Sweet. That'll get you.
I dumped Jafar, but maybe I should have kept him around because I'm going to recruit Curran again and goalie.
Curran and goalie.
Goalie's power is whenever goalie becomes stunned, each of your opponents loses 1 endurance for each face down resource he controls.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to recruit the Centurions. Everybody loves the Centurions.
Oh, I'm so
Centurions.
glad.
Yes, that is useful in your case. So at the start of the combat phase, if Negative Zone is not in play, discard a card. Negative Zone is a card that might be in play soon. The Centurions can't be stunned while attacking. So that would be far more useful were I the one who was attacking. Bear with me one moment as I review these cards. Alright, and then I'm going to discard a card.
Oh no. Wow, you're just not
That's
having
great.
a good night.
It's fine. This is the test of Kyle's moral
Fiber
or something along those
that
lines.
doesn't seem appropriate.
It's not quite right.
Okay, well, Trock is going to attack the Centurions.
Yeah.
I'm going to activate Kurin
Yeah.
to give him +X attack, where X is the number of face down resources you control.
Yeah. You meaning me or me meaning you?
You.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
So his attack, if you do nothing,
Yeah.
is 14.
That's a lot of attack.
But for each resource you flip, it's reduced by 2.
Yeah. Alright, so that's +4. Your attack is 14, you said?
Yes.
So I will take 13 plus 4 is 17, and I'm stunned.
I am also stunned.
Yeah, 17. 15. Eventually, I can find the number. 15, yeah.
Did you take the double stun as well?
I did. 17
Ouch.
damage total. I'm at 15.
What a crazy rush down when that thing actually works.
Yep. So the question is, do I take out Kieran or Goalie? It actually hurts more if I attack Goalie. So I guess I attack Kieran for 3.
I will reinforce him, and he will be KO'd.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, and draw me some cards. Like this card here. And this card here. Boy, that is great. That is just great. Well, it's my initiative. That's cool. Okay. I am I'm going to recruit Submariner. Submariner says exhaust X other characters you control, and he enters play with X 1/1 counters. And I will exhaust Submariners to give him 1/1 counter.
They ain't warriors, he meant.
What did I say?
Submariners.
Yeah. Well, they look so. All undersea creatures look the same to me.
That's racist.
It's true. Speciesist, you might argue. So he's a 10/9. He's a 10/9, and actually, yeah, I guess that is how I want to form. Oddly. That is the thing that I am.
I didn't want to do it, but I'm going to recruit Mongol, then.
Yup.
Mongol's a Revenge Squad character, and Mongol is cosmic. Mongol's cosmic ability is, while I control another Revenge Squad character, whenever Mongol stuns a character, that I don't want to recruit him.
Yes, you don't.
I meant Batman! Mongol, Batman.
It's Bat-Mongol.
Whenever Batman stuns a defender, that defender's controller loses endurance equal to that defender's recruit cost. This is in addition to the normal stun endurance loss. This was early. They felt like laying out everything. So adorable.
Yup.
So I have Batman and such.
Yup, and such.
I should play resources as well.
That's true. You should. Burp. Burp indeed. Burp indeed.
I'm going to take a lot of damage this turn.
Yeah, but I'm going to be dead this turn.
Maybe.
Probably. So, any way I can make this not hurt like a truck? Anyone see what I did there? Because it was clever. I just looked at the computer screen. I don't think Ian caught it. It's okay.
I'm confused.
When he watches this later, it'll be great. How do I want to do this? So, let's see, yeah. And both of these characters deal additional damage on attack only, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Well, Submariner is going to go after Truck. And
Oh, I get it.
Yay! I'm going to flip up I Am Doom. Put a 1/1 counter on target character I control.
Ooh. I see what you done there.
I've done it. Did I discard a card at the start of combat phase?
I don't know.
I might not have. I should do that. Yeah, it's still probably, it's an Annihilus.
Well, I will reinforce Truck.
By the way, I was discarding that card for anyone wondering because the Centurion's thing triggers every turn. If I do not have the negative zone, I must discard a card every turn.
I will take 4.
Sweet.
I do have
Yes.
Airborne Assault.
Yes.
Characters I control have flight this turn. Characters I control get +1 attack while attacking this turn.
Yes.
Batman will attack the Centurions.
Yes. Yup. You are stunned back.
That's true.
Sweet. So if I do nothing, I'll take double stun. That's 8 damage. And 4 breakthrough. 5. Oh, because Airborne still has +1 attack. Right. That is 5 + 8. I would still be at 2 life.
Yeah.
I'd still be
you.
with it. I'm living on. Cool. Yep, I accept. You are stunned for 5. And there we go. Nick. There we are. There we go. Everything's great. Everything's great. Now, it is your initiative, isn't it? Well, that's the sort of thing that's disappointing.
Pardon me for thinking.
That is all right.
I might be in trouble.
I wish that were true. Keep in mind you have a 22 life lead and I have 3 health. But I'll wait and see. I mean, it'd be great if you were in trouble. That'd be pretty cool. Wow me. Wow me with your awful turn.
Well, I'm going to recruit Mongol,
Yep.
whom I read part of last turn. I'll read
Yep.
the rest tomorrow.
Yep.
While I control another Revenge Squad character, whenever Mongol stuns a character, That character's controller loses endurance equal to that character's cost.
Yeah.
He also has a boost, which I'm not going to pay.
Yeah. Right. So I am going to recruit Dr. Doom. When he enters play, I draw 1 card. When he leaves play outside of the recovery phase, I turn a plot twist I control face down. And you have initiative. Yeah, that's actually probably my best formation, and that is unfortunate.
Nice done going.
Yep, that is the logical first course. So I take 5 unless I can flip things. Let me review to see if I want to flip anything in response. I think the answer is no. So I take 5 from that, so I'm at -2. I believe the Centurions attack Mongol.
Their attack is 9.
Their attack is 9, and I'm also gonna throw... I needed to discard a card at the start of the phase again. I did forget. And I'm gonna power up 3 times. Also for some extra damage.
Okay. I pass.
This is peculiar. Dr. Doom will attack Batman.
For 12?
For 12.
Take 8.
What is happening right now?
I don't know what you were expecting.
I don't know either. It wasn't this.
The math said you win.
Well, then I guess I just follow up. I can team attack with Submariner and the Atlantean Warriors because they're both from Atlantis.
What's the total?
14.
I'm at -7.
Huh. What? For some reason, I'm not
what were you
expecting that.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm so confused. None of my characters could stun any of your characters.
Oh, were you not teamed up?
No? It didn't matter. I didn't ever have 2 attackers.
Batman and Mongol. I thought you were going to team attack Dr. Doom with them and deal me 24 damage. But if you did not have a team up,
I am not teamed up.
that is what I did not realize.
Ah. I see.
Because I'm like, well, there's nothing I can do because you just team attack me with your double stunners on my big guy and I insta-lose, not realizing you did not in fact have a team up.
I did not. No.
Well,
you are correct. You are incorrect. You are correct that you were incorrect.
well, I'm happy that I didn't lose, but it's always rough when you win because the other person didn't team up ever. That's unfortunate. I was getting wrecked, man. You stomped me that whole game, and I kept... I thought for sure you were going to deal 24 in 1 attack, and I'd never be able to make it up.
Why did I not attack with Batman? Was there no one to stop?
I think we may have answered that question by that point.
yes,
Unless that
yes.
was from the previous turn. But no, you attacked with Batman on the previous turn, didn't you?
Yes.
So that must have been in relation. Yeah, I did not realize Ian did not have a
I
team
could
up.
not stun any of his characters with Batman.
Wow, that is...
was the reality.
That blew my mind. I never see it coming that, like, oh, you're not teamed up. I was actually hoping that you wouldn't notice that I also wasn't teamed up. But it didn't matter. Like, it's not a team-up deck, but it's very uncommon that I have 3 affiliations unteamed up in play, especially in my deck.
Had you not protected Centurions, I would have won.
I thought about it for a while. That's the funny thing, is I thought about that for a while, but then I'm like, well, if you don't have another airborne assault, at least I prevent the breakthrough. That's still probably my best option, and if you deal a ridiculous amount of breakthrough, I can always reinforce, oh wait, I can't, so I'm just going to have to hope you don't go for that. That was very weird.
Strange outcome.
I am still a little shocked at that, to be honest.
Well, no, you formed correctly though. You have to assume
I
I
did
have
form
the team up.
correctly. Yep. Yep, I formed based on that assumption. I mean, I don't know if I would have formed even differently had I had that knowledge. Either way, the real critical thing is I have to bank on you going after the one that you can deal breakthrough against, except if you can team attack. The difference between Doom and Submariner was not significant enough, and what I was thinking at the time was I can get an unstunned attack if I do the Centurions, and that might actually be the difference. That's why I protected them. It was more that than anything else, because I wasn't thinking about breakthrough as much as I was them not being stunnable on attack. And for the record, there are 9 locations in this deck, 3 different versions of the negative zone. That's almost 1 in 6 cards. And many of the cards that I drew can only be played if I have that negative zone. So there's a lot of ways to get it, but... yeah. You knowing you weren't teamed up might have seen that coming, but I am, like, in shock. Like, I always felt so pummeled. And your deck was terrifying. That Trock with a Beta Club of all things. Like, it wasn't just Trock. It was Trock. And you didn't realize this, but I couldn't flip anything because they were all negative zone or negative zone characters affiliations. So I'm sitting here with, like, Atlantean Warriors and late game plot twists. And
whom you were able to attack with 3 times, despite the fact that if they were stunned, they were KO'd. That annoyed me.
Yeah,
that actually probably won you the game, too.
It may well have. That was kind of ridiculous. It was, yeah, because you were -7, so that would have been the difference if I wasn't pinging with the Atlantean Warriors. I can't believe they got through. It's funny because the Atlantean Warriors, I mean, they're in there to have a negative zone doesn't have a 2-drop.
Sure.
So, for a long time, I scoured other affiliations looking for an affiliation that had a 2-drop that mattered. And lo and behold, the Submariner's Atlantean Warriors kind of worked. Because they're concealed, and if I have Submariner in play, I forget if I can recruit them from the... yeah, I can do something else, and then they, that synergizes...
Doom and I Am Doom.
Exactly.
And a couple other things.
So there's these really weird, arbitrary synergies between the man under the sea and the creatures from another dimension.
Sure.
Because
that
of course.
Makes sense.
Total sense. All right, what are we doing on time?
We're running a little late. We got about 15 minutes left in our usual stream time. I'm game for another game if you want to push it, but I'll leave it up to you.
That's pushing it a little. If we did a straightforward enough deck, then maybe I could get away with it. But I would have to veto anything particularly complicated because I ain't got the time. We can't. I love to finale with Kang. Have we done that yet?
I don't know if we've even played Kang.
Oh, maybe. Kang is so good. I can't. I mean, as much as I'm sure Chris would enjoy watching Kang played, I know that he will understand why I can't do Kang when we're 15 minutes from our normal closing time. Though I am truly sorry about that, Chris. Let me review a couple of my other decks and see if I have something that jumps out at me as a... we're going to rule out Checkmate. What the hell is this? Yeah, that deck I think lost last time.
Chris wants you to play Kang.
God dang it. I swear I'll do it next time, Chris. We'll lead with Kang. Nobody will expect...
I think we said that once before, though. No one's going to believe you, Kyle.
That could be so. What the hell is this one? Yeah, that deck is bland, but not... Well, maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need a little bland. Alright, I think I've got it down to 2. Stupid deck. Okay, alright. I guess... No, I got to do the one that's lower brain energy. It is an S deck. Doing an S deck.
I just want to remind, there's a 1 in 3 chance that I will draw the deck that you despise.
I would only urge against that because it was played last week. So I'd flip between the other 2.
I will roll between the other 2.
And if it's any consolation, one of the other one's pretty annoying too, but
yeah, that's true.
Not at the same level.
That's what S does.
It is what
S
it
annoying.
does.
So I don't know which of the other 2 decks this is. And now I do.
Thank you, Chris. I do feel slightly better now. But Kang is great. I always want to play Kang. Kang is great.
Kang hasn't shown up yet. So we have seen all of my S decks, even though one of them was on a secret stream with no audio.
That is true.
We are now recycling some of my S decks.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we're going to have to get to a point on the stream where we're repeating decks.
Well, and again, that's most likely to happen if we're playing my A decks or Ian's S decks.
Correct.
So we actually have the most, between the two of us, our double A's are definitely the broadest spectrum. I think I have 7.
I've got 9 of those.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good pairing. And I used to have more, but we did acknowledge that a couple of them were probably S decks in disguise, so they got moved up. This one, however, was... Is this the one I think it is? Did I grab a different one? Nope, I guess that's the right one. I'm going to keep shuffling, everything's fine. I was momentarily confused. I'm like, oh, that card. Am I playing the wrong deck? But I'm not. But yeah, this one was always in the S category.
And it's not a clever deck.
Nope.
What on earth could that be?
It's one of my. There's only one that I think is a little bit more straightforward. I don't know why I grabbed that. I should roll it. That's why I grabbed it. 4. What did you get?
I rolled a 1.
Ooh.
So you run that.
I won that roll. I will go odds.
I don't know. I don't know, Chris. I don't know. Let me get it close to the camera. I don't know. Ooh.
I'm gonna ditch, and it's a tough call. Well, hard to say. Too soon to tell if it's the right call or not.
Oh, I'm gonna keep. Oh, I shouldn't keep. I'm gonna keep. I shouldn't do it though, but I'm gonna. Oh, I did it.
You did it.
Why did I do it? Oh, this is gonna throw a wrench in the works as well. Sorry, what did you go?
I did go odds.
Odds.
And I do have 1 drop. This is Moonstar. Moonstar's activate. Return Moonstar to her owner's hand. Rally for a plot twist card 3 times. Use only during the combat phase.
These guys aren't very straightforward.
I think they're straightforward.
I do not have a 1 drop.
Takes you damage. See? Easy.
You're not doing the
Easy.
thing.
Not doing a thing.
I'm kinda surprised.
Just hitting you for 2. It's easy. Got nothing to worry about.
Oh, come on, get a little better, please. I really need you to get a little better.
And I need it to not get any better. Now it is your initiative, Ian. What say you? Thank you, Chris.
Put this here. I'm gonna recruit Hope.
It's Hope.
Hope is a 2/1, and her power is KO Hope. Turn face up, ongoing. Place plot twist face down. I'm sorry, I get a little sleepy, so the card readings will get a little bit entertaining from here.
True story. I do not have a 2 drop.
Oh, neither do I. I am going to reveal, however, that I have a Battle for Metropolis, which is ongoing Revenge Squad characters in my front row get +1 attack. So Hope will attack you for 3.
That's going to work. I could pop her and use her power right now.
Hope will still attack you for 3.
That would be true either way. Interesting.
Hope.
What did you say? She's KO Hope to do what?
I can KO Hope to turn a face-up ongoing plot twist. I can go face down. It might just be plot twist.
Sure.
No, it's ongoing.
Interesting. And you can do that at any time?
To KO her at any time?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's interesting. We both have characters that can disappear out of nowhere. I think I'll accept, because you get stunned too and you take a damage back.
Okay,
so I take 3.
take a damage.
Yeah. Alright, that was fun.
Come on. It's gonna get interesting.
Yeah, I hear that. So I do have a character. My character is Siren. Siren says when form like this. Whenever Siren attacks a defender, exhaust target character adjacent to that defender.
Interesting.
She does have flight and range also, which is useful.
How do I want to do this? Like that.
Like that?
I think.
Like that?
I'm going to recruit. This never works out for me. I'm going to recruit Lex Luthor.
Oh boy, it's that guy.
Lex Luthor is a 4/4 with no flight or range, and his power is...
Oh my.
If you would draw a card during the draw phase, skip that draw instead. At the start of the draw phase, put the top X cards of your deck into your hand, where X is the number of ongoing plot twists you control. Put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck.
Right.
I'm also going to recruit Mr. Mitzvah.
Oh god.
Mr. Mitzvah is a 1/1 2-drop who costs 1 less for each Revenge Squad character I control.
Yeah.
He can't be stunned.
Yeah.
Whenever he's attacked, though, he returns to my hand.
Yep, that is so. That is so. Siren.
Mm-hmm.
Siren's gonna attack Hope. I'm gonna assume none of your characters are adjacent.
That's true. They don't look very
They
adjacent.
do not look very adjacent. So yeah, I'm gonna attack Hope for 5.
I do have another battle for Metropolis.
Oh, interesting. I see. That's right. That is a prickly deck. I had forgotten that. Well... Huh. I think the various other people in the room who have been hiding have now fallen asleep. Okay.
That's impressive. I can't sleep anywhere there's noise or
I
whatever.
don't have that power either. Yup. Boy, that is something.
I think that's Vandal Savage.
That is a thing you've said.
In the art for Battle for Metropolis.
Well, I hate to do it, but I'm going to play Born to Die to give myself +5 defense while attacking this attack.
+5 defense.
So I should read the card because it's important. Target X-Force character you control gets +2 defense while defending this attack, or +5 defense while attacking this attack.
Alright, well, that'll work. I will take 5.
Yeah.
Mr. Mitzvah will attack.
Oh god, and he's got flight.
Moonstone for 3.
Oh boy. This turn is a disaster. I'm sleepy. Alright, I'm going to pop her to my hand. And rally 4 plot twist 3 times. 1, 2, 3. That did get me 1. I do pass. Boy, I really bungled that turn.
I think Lex Luthor attacks you for 6.
You will be stunned.
That's true.
I will also be stunned.
Unless you play another BS plot twist.
Yeah. No, that's gonna work. That's gonna work. I will take 2 breakthrough. 3 is done for 5. I must pass.
And I will attack you for 3 with Mr. Mitzvah.
I'm at 9. He's like the Atlantean Warriors.
I will be losing hope. Aw.
No more
I've
hope
lost
for you.
hope.
Well, all you who entered here and all that.
I will reveal that I have a 3rd ongoing plot twist. It is an Evil Star's Evil Clutches.
Yeah.
Because if I would draw a card during the draw phase, skip that draw instead. At the start of the draw phase, put the top X cards of your deck into your hand. X is 3 in this case. It's the number of ongoing plot twists I control. And then put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck.
Yeah. What does this fool thing do? Just
+1
always
attack while they're into my front row.
Oh, man.
Into my front row.
into my front row.
Let's see. I have a choice. I have to think very carefully. I'm gonna gamble.
Oh boy.
Give Kyle a chance here.
Oh boy.
That's a dick move. My initiative even
sure is.
I'll be recruiting Metallo.
Yep.
Whenever Metallo becomes stunned, target opponent loses 3 endurance for each ongoing plot twist I control.
Yep. Or as they say, yep. Hi, Richter.
Oh, fucking hate Richter.
You really hate Richter. Richter says, whenever I play a plot twist while Richter is in combat, you may replace target opposing face-up resource.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be disastrous for me.
I will also point out, it is not restricted to once a turn.
That is going to be disastrous.
I need it to be. Now, I will point out, there's a very good chance I'll give you plot twists. I don't remember how many of them are team stamped. Not all of them are, but some of them are. You should attack Richter.
I might have to. 8 defense. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. I must actually team attack him.
Yeah, you gotta be sure. But Mitzpit looks a free throw in. I guess I should play stuff. I'd be foolish not to. I will play Captive Audience, which gives a character I control +1 attack for the turn. I will choose Siren, boost, exhaust a character you control. If it's in your resource row, turn it face down. And I'm going to replace one of your attack buffing crazy things with the top card of my deck.
Are you sure?
What's the other one do?
Return a face-down resource you control to its owner's hand. Choose a character an opponent controls. That character loses flight this turn. You may put a card from your hand face down in your resource row.
So that is the correction.
Only once per turn. Return a card. Oh, weird. But I would put. It's not good because I put your plot twists or your cards into your hand.
Oh. To its owner's hand. How peculiar.
It fixes it, but. At what cost?
Yeah. I will target. This was the card? No, I already gave you the card. The card is over there. I will replace one of the 2. Yep, you can pick.
So it's KO'd.
Correct. You should look at it. It might be great. There are cards I can give you. And then I'm going to be stunned. I will deal the damage to Metallo, but then I take an additional 2 damage because you have 2 ongoing.
2, yes, that is correct.
Right.
I will take 4.
I do take 4 plus 2, 6, 3.
Hold on.
Yep.
I ain't done.
Okay.
I'm gonna exhaust Lex Luthor. To play Death of Superman.
Oh no.
As an additional cost to play Death of Superman, exhaust or revenge squad character you control. KO target stunned character.
Oh man.
Ongoing. Whenever a stunned character an opponent controls is put into the KO'd pile during the combat phase, that opponent reveals his hand and discards each card with the same name as that character. That's weird and specific.
I'm going to flip X-Force Reborn. Recover target stunned X-Force character you control. Lose endurance equal to twice its cost. I do have to lose 8 to do that, which puts me at 25, but Richter is still ticking. Now what's the ongoing effect again? I'm sorry?
It will probably never come into play. I will call attention to it if it does.
Okay.
You would have to reveal your hand
and that's when he when he enters the character, or it's whenever any character of mine.
Stunned character you control enters the KO'd pile
during the
combat phase.
Right. But of course it affects itself like the initial. All right. So I'm going to attack Mr. Potluck, which of course causes his secondary power to trigger. Oh, I'm ready. And then I'm going to attack Lex Luthor for 6. As a reminder, I gave myself +1 attack earlier.
That's true. His attack is still 5.
I will be stunned. So I've given up a significant life advantage, and hopefully the board advantage will make up for that. Because you must lose a character. That is very important to me.
I must lose Luthor.
Oh my goodness. I have the opportunity to do something incredibly novel this turn. That is novel. Boy, that's novel. That is novel. That is also stupid, but great.
I almost... Man, these plot twists in this set are so good.
Yep.
I almost can't give this to you. I mean, maybe it's a plot twist. It's convincing, right?
I was convinced. I mean, I'm going to make it tough for you, but we'll see. You having ongoing plot twists, because I'm going to do it every damn turn I can. For sure. So it is my initiative. I got to figure out this choice. This is crazy.
Well, it's not a great matchup, because that's kind of a hard counter to my deck, and
No, that's definitely true.
you don't have a hard counter to yours. I mean, I'm not out of it, but...
Yep. I mean, it's hard to hard counter this particular deck because it's just cool things with plot twists. That said, it's causing me to do things. I have to do this because it is novel, and also because I can't do the thing that I wish I could do instead. I'm going to play 4 1-drops.
I imagine I just made an interesting face. I felt it.
Yes, this
I
is...
didn't plan it, but I felt it.
I want you to know that my memory will never do that expression justice. So I'm going to read these cards. One of them, sadly, will not matter at all, even though it's cool. This is Professor X. Professor X has, whenever an opponent plays a non-ongoing plot twist, return Professor X to its owner's hand. If you do, negate that effect. He is also concealed. Then I have Moonstar. We remember her from earlier. I may activate her and return her to my hand. To rally for a plot twist card 3 times. I can only do this during the combat phase. Then I have Tabitha Smith. Tabitha Smith I may activate to ping an opposing player for 3 endurance, but I may only do that if I have played a plot twist this turn. And Pete Wisdom, who is also concealed. Target attacker or defender gets -3 defense this attack. Use only if you've played a plot twist this attack. And for my formation, I will do this.
Well, that sucks.
For the record, I don't know if in all our years of playing, 4 1-drops that are all different have been played on the same turn. There's only one other deck I can think of that could possibly do
I
it.
can't imagine that's true.
4 different 1-drops. None of them are
I can't
me.
imagine that it's ever happened.
Right. The one that it might have is your other deck that I dislike. Legionnaires with Bouncing Boy, counter...
Actually don't have a lot of 1-drops.
Oh, interesting.
But they do have the 1-1-drop who is an army character, kind of.
Oh, that's true. You do have Triad.
Yeah.
So if you count Triad... I guess that begs the question of if Triad counts or not. But nonetheless, that is a highly novel play, and in terms of 4 different 1-drops, each of which having a different name, this is at the very least novel.
I don't know what it gets you. You're going to struggle to...
Yup.
Yeah.
I didn't do it just because it was novel, for what it's worth.
Richard's kind of a jerk, so it might not matter.
My apologies. There's one other thing I must do, which is I'm going to shift a character, and we're going to talk about what shift means. This probably isn't going to be consequential, but I'm doing it anyway. So shift is that you can pay resource points to build up shift counters on a character that is not in play. When it has shift counters equal to its cost, I can shift it into play if I have that many resources. So theoretically, next turn I can recruit Cable for only 5 resources. And we won't worry about the rest of his text at the moment.
I'm going to recruit Prius and Mitzapathetic.
Yep.
I already have Metallic.
And he just costs 1 less for each Revenge Squad character in play.
That's true.
Man, he is a jerk of a character. Right. And I'm assuming nobody's adjacent to anybody because that is the way of things.
Yeah, you still have that adjacency character, right?
I do. It is my 3-drop. Although there's no reason for you to. There's no advantage to it, really.
And I could use Mitzvah as a reinforcer, maybe, but...
Yeah, I suppose.
You have so little... I mean, it's only Richter.
Yeah, I really don't have much
only
attack.
Scary V Metallo.
Yep. Yep. I'm actually, like...
kind of wants you to hit Metallo anyway.
Yeah, you kind of do. And that is true. So...
Oh, I didn't read Prius.
You should read
Getting
Prius.
sleepy. Well, all characters I control are in my front row, so yet another reason to do this. Prius gets +1 attack for each ongoing plot twist I control. At the moment, that is 3.
Yeah, that is 3. That is 3. So your attack right now is...
10.
10. Is he Revenge Squad?
Yes.
11? Uh-oh, we're having internet issues.
I'm not sure we are.
Something is reconnecting.
Maybe we are. We might have just dumped a little bit of our stream there. Sorry if we have an interruption.
There's a commercial playing in the background. What is it?
Yeah, it looks like we had a connectivity issue or something. Anyway.
Yep. Okay. Well.
We seem to be resuming now.
So this is actually a tricky position. I think.
Therefore you are.
Therefore I are. I gotta look at my hand. This is weird. That is also true. So Richter.
Oh my resources.
Oh my resource. I must use Richter. What do I play with Richter? I will play Born to Run. I got another From the Shadows, as it's called. From the Shadows is another card with a very similar effect. That will give me...
Who are you attacking?
I'm going to attack Prius. I should have commented on that. Richter is attacking Prius. When I do this, I get my +5 defense while attacking, and I will activate Pete Wisdom to reduce your defense by 3, having now played a plot twist during this attack. So right now, I think I have you matched. My attack
matches my defense.
Yes, and my defense is 2 higher than your attack. And I will replace a thing. Or no, it is 1 higher, but I will replace a thing.
Sorry, when you asked me earlier what my attack was,
yes.
I didn't calculate this.
Right.
So you have taken
right.
that
So
into
I'm only up on you by 1 now,
okay.
But I'm going to replace that card.
Okay.
During combat because of the plot twist that I played.
Sure.
Come on, not something useful.
I really need to find Ruin, ironically, is what can actually fix my deck.
Oh, yeah.
So, Prius's attack is
9, I believe.
9. Your defense is 12.
It's 13.
13.
I'm still amused by the novelty of playing 4 unique 1-drops. I had forgotten that. I was looking at my hand and I'm like, oh, I've got 3 unique 1-drops. That doesn't happen every... That's a 4th one. Chris has informed us it was merely a 3-second blip.
That's going to work. And I can't do anything about it. So you are matched with me, you said, your attack was. Oh.
Correct.
Actually, the one thing I can do is power up.
Oh, that's fair. So, what I will do is I will play Captive Audience, myself +1 attack. I will exhaust Professor
Oh,
X
goodness.
to flip that down. And I will replace your far ongoing... I apologize for this as a
well,
hard...
now I must choose.
Yes. So
And I will choose to return this card to owner's hand
sure.
to remove flight
Yeah,
from...
that's a pretty good one to return, for sure.
Steven? Who's the girl?
Siren.
Siren?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And then
She looks a little like a
I
Steven.
lose evil stars and evil punches. Oh man, what a catastrophic failure for my deck.
I suppose this is payback for League of Assassins.
I mean, it's interesting. I rarely fight a deck that like
it's
undermines
a
it,
really
so
big undermine.
I'm not sure
This is
what
Richter.
to do with it just yet.
It's very funny because Richter is so absurdly useful in. He's actually a pretty useful card, period. Like, he's an S caliber card, but this interaction is particularly painful. A lot of S decks have very good locations or ongoing plot twists, but most of them aren't built entirely around that sort of premise. So that's why I was willing to pay 8 life to keep him around, is because I basically need to use him as much as possible every
and that's
turn.
gonna work. So I will take
Fair
5.
enough. And I am using plot twists, so I'm going through them, but it is now to you.
Yes, it is to me. I must attack the rear one drop with Mr. Mitzipitlik.
That is a good choice. Yeah.
I will reveal Never-Ending Battle, which is an ongoing plot twist.
Yes.
It says, I may play only if I control a Revenge Squad character, which I do. Ongoing, discard a plot twist card. Target attacker or defender gets -2 defense this attack. That is not what I'm going to do, but I'm going to also reveal the Graveyard of Solitude,
Nice. Yeah,
which
good.
I may use to
Very
activate to give target Revenge Squad attacker I control +1 attack. This attack for each ongoing plot twist you control. I will target Mr. Mitzipitlik.
That is 2 more. So your attack is 3. My defense is still 1. You haven't done that other thing.
Correct.
That is going to work, but I can ping you for 3. So I will take 3. Is that what we determined?
I'm attacking for 3.
Take 3. See, this is where having to pay that 8 life is starting to matter. I am getting the board position, but I think I'm going to have to take some more damage by actually taking a swing at Metallo. Because I need to get you to go down characters. So Siren's going to attack Metallo, and I'm going to play the best at what they do. This plot twist says, play only from your hand. Target character gets -2 defense this attack, or -4 if you control an X-Force character.
Stupid late game plot twist.
Oh, that's great. I mean, the whole
That's
deck
sick.
is just built around their ridiculous stats. Now, right now, I will be counter-stunned, but I will deal you 5 damage.
Are you replacing anything first?
Richter is not in combat,
Oh,
so I may not.
Sweet. That's awesome.
I wish
What
that I could.
a reprieve.
Yep, yeah. This is just for the damage and
That's
for the
fine.
stun. So my attack is 5, and your defense is 2. I will take 3.
So I will take 7.
And I'm going to trigger, well, I shouldn't say that yet. It is technically to you.
There's nothing I can do.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Assuming you pass, I'm going to attack Mitzpitlik,
Oh. And you're going to rally? Uh-oh.
and then I'm going to rally for 3
What's wrong with your internet, Kyle?
I do not know. So that is successful, not successful, and successful. So 2 out of 3.
Son of a gun.
I've never actually this effectively, my bottom, yes.
I think I gotta keep Prius. Although again, that's
Yep.
always a tough choice.
I mean, they're both good at this
I mean,
point.
they both need ongoing plot twists. So
Yeah.
I guess it's Prius.
I will lose Tabitha. I could
Ooh, I
lose
have you.
Siren also.
Even.
She's starting to be a liability. That's interesting. I don't like that. That is interesting. I think I lose Siren. That seems so counterintuitive. I do have character advantage, but I'm going through characters. Sure am going through characters, huh? So for those who missed it, we had another little blip. It seems like my internet's being a little flummoxy, just minor blips, but trying to decide. I used Moonstone, whatever her name is, to rally again for more plot twists. I got 2 out of 3, and Siren was stunned, so I'm trying to decide if I want to keep Siren or not. She's a liability. Ian has flight and Graveyard of Solitude. I think I have to lose Siren. That is interesting. My life, we're tied for life. I just don't think it's worth it. All right, there we go. Done rambling. Drawing me some cards. Right.
Definitely in a hole here.
It is your initiative, though. This is interesting. We're both very, very low on life.
I must recruit Metallo and Mr. Mithapitlik.
Interesting. Well, if I had initiative, I might be able to get you this turn, but I think it's going to be a tall order. And that means you might get me this turn because you can deal lots of damage. So I'm going to recruit, for 1 resource point, Moonstar, and then for 5, Cable. So Cable has, now his shift is no longer consequential. The rest of his text is, whenever he enters combat for the first time each turn, I may return a plot twist I control face down. So once a turn, when he enters combat, I get a plot twist back from my resource row. Other than that, I think I form like this.
Oh, this is so difficult. Try. It's my only option.
It's funny, even with Richter undermining your every move, this is exceedingly tense for me. That deck is so offensively strong. And I did also technically play a bunch of 1-drops on 5. So I didn't get the offensive power I needed.
So I've been seeing the cards you've been rallying for.
That is true. I can tell you what they are if you would like. The ones that I just got last turn, because I got 2 of them.
Please do.
It may be relevant. The card that I got is called, and I got 2 of them. I got 2 of the same card. The card is Rapid Strike, so very appropriate for drawing multiples. Target defender gets -2 defense this attack. Then, if it has 0 defense, and I control an X-Force attacker, stun the defender. So if I can reduce someone's defense to 0 while they are defending, they are instantly stunned. Now that said, I do 2 of them, so you know I have -4.
Already played 2 defense pumps. Oh, I have to cut it close, and that's a terrible plan versus that deck.
As a reminder, should you engage Cable in combat, I do get to turn a plot twist I control face down.
Oh, Jesus. Well, guess I won't be doing that then. What does that mean?
I don't know. This is weird.
It means I can't get Cable. It means you win, I think. I don't see a good, clear path here.
I do not think I can kill you this turn.
Really?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, here's my logic. We can talk a little out loud for the sake of novelty. My fear is you attack Richter. You've got Graveyard of Solitude.
Mm-hmm.
If that last one Well, that's interesting. I guess the saving grace is, so you use Graveyard of Solitude, pump Metallo's attack to hit Richter. If I don't reinforce, you're counter-stunned, take 3. I would take 3 breakthrough and 4 for the stun. Still not enough to kill me. And the key is I can do a lot of shenanigans with Richter if I want to blow through more plot twists to reduce the effectiveness of your Graveyard of Solitude and his vengeance power. So maybe that is not the right choice.
I don't see anything I can do to survive the turn.
Well, it's your initiative. You could form to reinforce. And by that, I did lose my 3-drop, so you don't have to concern yourself with that. So that could just be moving Mitsapitlik behind, say, Metallo, who is by far your bigger liability. And if you do that, I don't actually have as much attack as you'd think. I've got 4 here. I do have 20 here, so I have 24 total attack, but those guys, between the two of them, soak a fair amount. And you're going to take out either Cable or Richter on your attack, I'm sure of it.
Sure. It's hard to do it and maintain my attackers because you have ridiculous defense bumps. So I need to throw in everybody.
That's true. It's worth noting that on defense, this is
+2.
only +2.
I'm aware.
Okay. Just making sure. And again, Richter's power only triggers if he is in combat specifically. So I bring that up simply because if you attack Cable, I do get a Born to Run back, which is almost certainly the one I would get unless I play something else. But I can't muck with your resources.
I understand.
Okay. I am narrating for the players who
Sure.
may not. And by players, I mean viewers. And by viewers, I mean Chris.
What do you mean by Chris?
Someone who would understand.
Oh, goodness. Team attack Cable like this.
That is the best play I saw.
I will reveal that I do have an ongoing plot twist. It's Toy Soldiers.
Oh.
While I control more characters than you... Oh, never mind.
That is peculiar.
And I must use Graveyard of Solitude. I will do so on Brace.
Sure. So Brace is +1 attack for each ongoing plot twist?
Correct. Brace's attack is 13. And Mr. Mitsapitlik is 1.
That is total attack 14. Well, I must turn a Born to Run face down, as is wont to happen.
It cost me the counter stun on Richter.
Well,
Should you attack?
that is so. That is going to work. But I am going to play a captive audience to give Richter +1 attack for the turn. I exhaust Cable, of course, to turn face down. I will take 6. I'm at 10.
I will take 5. I'm at 11. I think you have me.
Do I? Richter must attack Metallo. He's at 8.
You play your thing, as you must.
Right. I play that.
You play something, as you must.
I suppose I must replace your.
This is probably the most useful.
I was going to say the KO. And can you do that at any time?
This is not a KO. This is discard.
Oh, how does it work again? Sorry.
Ongoing, discard a plot twist card. Target attacker or defender gets -2 defense this attack.
Discard. Yep. I will do it. should look at the card in
I need
case.
you to swing the game for me. I didn't.
And I can reduce your defense by 3.
Sheesh.
I still don't know if it's enough. Is Moonstar going to make it enough?
Yeah, I
She
think so.
might.
So my defense is 3, and your attack is 8. Which means I will take 9 from this. I go to 2.
It's because of it's Moonstar. Moonstar is enough. I was going to use her rally stuff, but well,
Also
yeah.
have Professor X. So.
That is so. So I attack, pounce, and then I team take 3, and I think you are not at 9, or are you at 9?
No, I took 9. I was at 2.
So I'll get you to -1. I apologize that Richter was such a hard counter there. That was very weird. Richter is always annoying, but against that deck, he is a very, very hard counter.
Yeah, replacing resources is very.
I gave you a Richter too.
Yeah, very rare. Just that,
It's true. It's true.
And usually very costly, and it's surprising. I mean, it's indicative of just how much power creep was in the later sets. It's very inexpensive in that set.
Yeah, it is. I guess.
As are many of their ridiculously potent powers, like 5 defense on attack.
That's to be
or
fair.
2 defense on defense.
Yeah, it's the versatility that gives it value. I mean, don't get me wrong. 5 defense on attack is good,
I mean,
but they had that back
in general.
Origins.
Defense on defense is ridiculous.
That is true.
Rare,
That is
not
true.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that is true.
Usually quite costly.
No, I mean the plot twist. This was the final set for anyone wondering. This was the last set they released, and it was very, very strong. And part of the reason, what we tended to do when we bought these cards is we didn't buy traditionally from the same set. I mean, we all started with one set, and then we all kind of branched out in different directions, so we all had different cards to play with, and that was part of the fun. And just by happenstance, one of the sets I bought into, I did a lot of the Marvel sets, especially the later ones. And it turns out that those had a lot of power creep in them. So ultimately, part of the reason that I have 7 S decks or so is just happens not because I'm some grandmaster deck builder. I would argue
you're no slouch.
I would say I'm competent, but I think I am less creative than either you or Chris in that regard. So slightly by choice. I don't like to do I like playing the pure decks, but like not team up oriented decks for the most part. But even so, as a result of that, that is the real reason that I have the S decks that I have. It's because I just bought into those later sets. And I will say this. It's funny because when I look at some of these cards, Richter as an example, the designer's part of me says things like, well, they could have balanced this. Like, even if they just said...
If he had bad stats, it would... Or worse, I mean, he has...
If he had
good stats.
Yeah, if he had his good stats. He doesn't have flight or range, so I got to put him on front row if I want to proactively engage him in combat. But he's 7/8, which is solid. If they could have even made him, like, he still would have been good, but it would have been a little more reasonable if they said only once per turn.
Yeah.
But because I can do it unlimited times a turn, that's just ridiculous. Like, that is ridiculous. Because there were a couple of turns there where I did it multiple times a turn, but more so than that, there's always a threat of it. So if I attack with him and don't get stunned, and you want to remove him from the board, which of course you want to stun him so that I'm pressured to lose him, then I get the opportunity to do it all over again. And so they really should have just limited that one to once a turn. And it still would have been a good card. It still would have played into the theme. But being able to do it multiple times in a turn is nuts.
Well, they have... the X-Force in particular has a particular paradigm that I think is one of the worst things in all of Versus System, where there's a lot of cards that are... Here's a really good ability.
Yep.
And it's got this downside.
Right.
Oh, unless you're playing this affiliation.
Right.
And a lot of the X-Force cards are worded that way. They're worded, hey, this is good, and then this bad thing happens, but not if you're X-Force.
Yeah, it's weird. Like they it's almost like they thought the balance was if you couldn't put it in decks other than X-Force, that was somehow balancing. When in fact, all you need to do then is you put it in an X-Force deck, and it's pretty ridiculous.
Part of the reason one of my triple S, double S tier deck, my only deck, the Outsiders is so potent, is they had a lot of stuff like that.
Yep, they had some really, really nutty stuff. Yeah, the only thing that keeps the deck from being out of S tier, and the reason that I still would argue it's definitively
No,
an S
I
deck
mean
is,
it's reasonably in S.
Yeah.
It was a strange matchup.
It
I've
was a
beaten
very,
them before.
very odd
They're
matchup.
always a very tough
they are a
fight.
tough fight.
But
well, I mean, they're a tough fight because they just have such hard stat swings. Their plot twists are sometimes functional utility plot twists, but the vast majority are just stats go everywhere, and then they trigger some bonus power to boost. The utility comes from the characters.
Your deck composition, combined with their powers, is so good at
pretty
getting the plot twists as well. Like,
yeah, I will say this is the most I've ever
them,
used
like
Moonstar by far.
The recur on that 1+1 attack,
Yep.
but it triggers all your other powers.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's critical. It's very interesting. I mean, the playing for 1-drops, which I would have played Cannonball if I had Cannonball. Though I would have been a little sad because I wanted to do that. But I really didn't have a 5-drop. But it was very peculiar because then I had that 1 resource point left over, so I shifted Cable, which at the time seemed inconsequential. But the funny thing is, it actually let me play Moonstar 3 times that game, which is pretty unprecedented. And a lot of the time, I actually don't even use her power. That's the interesting thing, because as much as I want plot twists...
Well, I was playing hard because I knew I had to, so I was
Yep.
making you play them.
Yep.
But you had such an unending supply.
It was so strange.
Through.
So the funny thing was, and again, I've actually, there have been times when I've considered taking her out of the deck. After this play, I guess I have to leave her in.
Yeah.
She did her work here, but it's because what ends up happening is because she's a 1-drop, I actually don't want to use her until mid to late game when I'm assured the rest of my drops, because she burns through my characters. Like, she's rallying for plot twists. So if I'm like, I need a 6-drop, and I don't have a 6-drop, I can't use her because there's a risk I'll just burn through.
That's not true. Not statistically, right?
I guess you're right.
They go to the bottom of your deck, but you're not any statistically less likely to get them immediately thereafter.
I guess that is technically true. I guess it's just a bad feeling.
It does feel terrible.
The feeling. You're right.
You need a card and you put it on the bottom of your deck.
You're right, though. Mathematically, I guess
the likelihood
irrelevant.
that it's the next card is the likelihood that it is any other card in your deck.
Yeah, I guess that's so. Boy, it feels so bad, though. And I did give you my 5-drop. Unbeknownst to me, it made it to your resource row.
I gave it back.
You did. I appreciate that. All right. Well, we probably ought to...
You did give me 1 plot twist I could play, but then you recruited Professor X, so I didn't.
That is hilarious. Oh my gosh.
And I knew that was why I was calculating for so long in those last turns.
Yep.
I can swing these attacks a little bit, but you can just cancel it.
Yep. Interesting side note. I forget if he's where. I think he's actually a force. I think he must trigger. Like, I do not. It's not a you may. So what you can do is not in the deck you were playing, but in general, if you play you burn a useless plot twist, and I must. Well, not that there's a useless plot twist, but
that's interesting.
You can force my hand.
Here's the academia.
Yeah.
And maybe Chris can chime in on this
Yeah.
if he hasn't going to go sleep already, which he may have.
Yeah, it looks like he's about to. Did you have captive audience?
So I had another plot twist that I couldn't play, or its effect was... I'm not sure how it was team stanced.
Yeah.
It might have been, the effect is if you control an X-Force character, blah. So the question is, I guess we'd have to look at how it was worded.
Yeah.
I had what you had. I had Rapid Strike.
Oh, interesting. Yes.
Pull out Rapid Strike. Let's see how it's worded.
Okay.
If you may. We'll do this quickly.
Yeah.
Since it is quite late.
It is late. Oh man, they're so fucking... some of their other plot twists, they are really, really rough.
They're scary deck.
Very good.
Very nice deck.
Yeah, the only thing that holds him back from being better is that you can burn through... If you do burn through plot twists and you don't play Moonstar 3 times, none of their powers do anything.
Sure.
Because you have to gate those uses.
And that's what I was really playing for, but it just didn't matter.
So Rapid Strike says, target defender gets -2 defense this attack. Then, if it has 0 defense and you control an X-Force attacker...
I wonder what the one I couldn't play was.
I can go through the list real quick. There was X-Men Don't Kill.
Oh, but I could have paired that with Mitzit Pitlick to stun your little characters. That's interesting.
Possibly so, yeah.
I didn't think to do that.
Born to Run, which you know.
I'm not sure. May I browse really quick?
Sure. There's the best of what they do, yeah. I think there's 6 or 7 different plot twists. There might be one you've never seen.
I think it was X-Men Don't Kill.
Okay, yeah, that one's really brutal.
Play only if you control an X-Force character, so I could not have played it.
Okay.
So the academic question is, if I have a plot twist that has no effect because I don't control an X-Force character, let's say, for example,
Right.
the plot twist is worded, if
Oh,
you
right.
control an X-Force
Right.
character, some effect. Could I then play that to trigger Professor X?
I would think yes.
So I can flip up a plot twist that doesn't have any.
Right,
effect.
like if I give you something with Richter, but it has to be, it can't say play only if.
Right, which is what that said.
Right.
All right. Anyway,
That is interesting.
it's kind of an aside. Sometimes it's interesting to think through how some of the cards work.
Yep.
'Cause even we have to stop and think about it sometimes.
Well, the one that I was worried about was Captive Audience, because Captive Audience, it has a boost payment that allows you to turn it face down, but is that a separate effect? So if you flip it and target character would get +1 attack, that would be negated by Professor X, but could you still fire the boost? Like when it says negate an effect, is the effect the entire body text of the plot twist?
I believe so.
So then you technically the boost wouldn't work either. You would still have to pay the boost,
Right.
and then the rest would happen. But I guess it has to be, because there's no other way to separate, like, this is one effect, this is another effect, this
Right.
is another
Exactly.
effect.
Yes. Yeah. That's how I would interpret that.
This would be total negation. That's interesting.
Well, anyway, thanks for sticking with us, Chris, and anybody else who's watching.
Yep, it has been fun.
We're gonna call it. I'll go ahead and shut down our stream, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. It'll be good times. Good night.